Hi, I'm Ashley Adamson. So today we're going to talk about my boobs after 2 weeks of surgery and how it feels. So here they are. I'm wearing this, and this really helps show them off a bit. They're still kind of like learning to go down, and it's been a process of healing and learning how to move because the muscles are so tight here that I get like some sharp pains in my dominant arm. But I think what's more important to talk about is the internal change and the shift that this has enabled. Now, I think what's interesting about surgery is these breasts didn't really have this massive impact on myself that I thought it might. You know, when you put on that dress or you wear some makeup and you have that gender euphoria, you feel like so good inside and you just have that rush. Waking up with these and having these hasn't really given me that same feeling of gender euphoria. And it's been confusing because I expected to feel like, oh my God, like I have this body and like it feels great. Just like putting on a dress, but maybe more. But it doesn't. And what it teaches me is that my body is really something that I've already come to accept, and I've just waited for this change to reflect what the internal change is. And that's the most important part, is the internal change, right? Like the work that you have to do inside. Now, I think there are idealists out there that say, well, you don't need to change your body or do anything. You just need to accept yourself. And that's wise, and I think that's a path to changing. But I also think there are certain aspects of surgery and changing yourself that really give you access to pathways within yourself to accept and trigger and change the way that you see yourself in the mirror. When I look in the mirror now and I see my body, I realized that the whole time that I didn't have these breasts, I was looking at myself and looking at my chest and saying, you have the same body that I recognized when you were a man, and so therefore you still are, in some respects, a man. And now I look at my body and my boobs, and that voice can no longer speak. It has no ability to do that because this has given me access to the part of myself that can say, that's not true anymore. Has that ever happened to you where you've just caught yourself saying something negative or holding yourself back, and you realize for the first time that that's not true? And then everything kind of falls over because you realize that it was built on a stack of lies. Now, I could have probably done that without my boobs. I could have just said, you know what, these are my small breasts and I accept them and that's fine. And I think that's a path that's totally valid and I could have gone down. But there's also another part. There's this part of me that's the adventurer that wants to go out there and try things and see what life is like differently. You know, that part of you that wants to travel or just change things up? That part of me also wanted boobs. And I think the idealist also wants boobs. The thing in me that says, I want to do my best. I want to do the things that I can like really change and create a new version of myself. That inspires me. And so I guess these are kind of like the three things that I used to kind of, or motivated me to have surgery: the idealist, the adventurer, and then the part of me that had body dysphoria. And so it's kind of just making me realize like there's all of these parts of me within my body that accept myself. And I wonder, like, for you, in terms of your body and where you're feeling with your body dysphoria, like, what are the voices and what are the motivators behind the things that want you to change or want you to accept yourself? You know, where is the part of you that wonders, like, how you can be if you transform or enable yourself to be a new form of yourself, whether that's physically or mentally or just how you move or how you be? These are all the magical things that we can think about as we unfold and transition within our transition. And the transition can be never ending, or it can just end at just some finite moment where you say, I'm a woman or I'm a man, and then that's it, we're done. Like, move on. And that's kind of where the gender euphoria dies, right? because it's no longer new. It's just your body. It's just you. And as these muscles grow accustomed to the implants, it's becoming more of my body. It's becoming more of me. And that is enabling me to kind of just touch myself and to feel like, yeah, this is my body, and it's new and I enjoy it and I think it makes me happy. So yeah, I just wanted to talk about those pathways, the invisible pathways, the ones within yourself that you need to access in order to change. Sometimes external changes, for me like this, help me recognize the pathways within to then access and change. And for you, I wonder where those pathways are and how do you find them? Ideally, you could find them without having a physical change because that's honestly cheaper and that's easier. But there's also other parts of you that may want to change anyways. And for me, that was the adventurer and the idealist. So I want to just serve that up as reflection for you to think about as you're thinking about, breast surgery, or if you're just thinking about surgery in general. These are some of the things that surgery has enabled for me and reflected to me. Thank you for joining me for tea time. I hope to see you tomorrow, and I just send you some love. Bye.